Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be about how to enter developer mode on a 2017 Honda Civic. This actually will probably work on other 2016 and 2017 Honda models, but I know for sure that this works on the 2017 Honda Civic because that is the car that I recently acquired and that's the car I've been playing with. Basically, we need to go into settings, and then we need to go into system, and then we need to go all the way to the bottom of all and go to detailed information. And then, if you know anything about Android, we're going to go to About Device, and then we're going to tap the build number. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now it says please enter a passcode, which is really weird, but it's actually a passcode. You have to hit these menus in a certain order. So you have to do it in the order of 1, 4, 2, 3. So that means you do 1, 4, 2, and now I've enabled developer mode. Woohoo! So now we can go back. Now we have developer options, which is great because now we can see more things. We're going to enable USB debugging because that is very useful. And that is how simple it is to enable developer mode. The reason why developer mode is actually super useful is it allows you to send command line instructions to the Android unit that is in that car. And the reason why that's useful is because what Honda has done is they've essentially created a custom ROM, which is a custom operating system that is based on Android for their cars, but they've locked it down a lot. Like, this is the first time I've ever seen developer mode actually require a fancy key combination to get into, because normally you just hit it about, I think it's 7 times that you have to click the build number, and then you can enable the developer options. But this is the first time where, when I did that, it was like, no, you can't. You need to enter a passcode. Like, is that a typo? Why are they calling it a passcode? Because it's a passcode. Another thing that Honda has done, and I think this might be for security reasons, is they've ripped out a lot of the functionality out of Android. Like, there is no system update option, there is no Play Store, some of the basic applications aren't even on there, but what they did do, and this may be for security reasons, is they implemented this whitelist file that essentially says only these .apk files can be installed, and an APK file is an Android application file. So if I can take that XML file off, make some changes to it, add some more into there, then I should be able to just put it back and then be able to make any other kind of changes. The other thing that I learned is that my speedometer on my car actually has some sort of tie-in with Android, but I'm not sure to what extent, because what I ended up doing is when I was driving, I decided, let's see what happens when I reboot my Android system in the middle of driving. And while my car didn't just stop moving, my speedometer kept functioning. I think some of the customization functions are configured via Android and then loaded into a separate thing that is outside of the Android head unit, so that, like, let's say if someone robbed your car and stole your Android head unit, well, your car would still be able to function. You just wouldn't have backup cameras, your signal light camera, and any other kind of cameras that your car has. But your car would still function. But because there is a way that I can change my speedometer so that it shows my tachometer or it doesn't, I believe that there should be a file somewhere in the Android system that will have the display that is on my speedometer, because right now it is this blue color, and which is totally fine because my gas gauge is kind of blue, so I understand why it's kind of a blue theme, but I want to change it. So if I can figure out where those source files are actually sitting in the Android head unit, because that seems to be able to control that because I can make those changes on there. So if I can figure out where those files are, I should be able to take those files off, make some changes, and then put those files back on. So I'm going to be exploring this, so you may see some more Honda Civic videos in the future because I don't like default settings. Default settings are so boring. I want my car to be unique. In the comments below, let me know, do you hack your devices? Because I sure as hell do, because it's so great. I love it. I can't be happy with just default settings. It's so boring. I want to be able to do whatever I want with it. I want the ability to make changes, which is why I love Android versus iOS, because iOS is so restrictive. But Android, I can do anything. And yes, I can break it. I did break my phone the other day. Not physically, I just broke the software, but I was able to fix it because I know what I'm doing. But yeah, that's kind of my long-winded explanation of what I'm trying to do with my 2017 Honda Civic, and
what essentially developer mode allows you to do. Developer mode also allows you to do more kind of debugging if you're creating a software application, and you can enable a whole bunch of other features that are useful when you're trying to fix bugs with programs and stuff like that. But it has the benefit of command line. And yeah, that pretty much sums up this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week. Don't forget to have an epically awesome day. Bye!